Hey guys, welcome back to another movie review. This time for Hurry Up Tomorrow, the Weeknd's newest project that isn't music. Listen. I have not seen The Idol. I've only seen clips of how awful it looks and how terrible Abel's acting is.
It's a great look.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Let me catch you looking at her again. Let me catch you looking at her again.
I'm not.
Let me catch you looking at her again.
I'm sorry,
Let
I'm
me
not
fucking
sure.
catch you looking at her again. I'll fucking drag you down Rodeo by your fucking ass. Just fucking stomp you. I'll fucking curb stomp you.
I'm sorry.
I'll fucking curb stomp you.
I'm sorry, I don't.
So I really wasn't expecting a whole lot from this movie, but I was optimistically excited for it as a pretty normal fan of The Weeknd's music. Like, I'm not like a super fan, but I enjoy his music. I did not, in fact, enjoy this movie. This was horrible. I do not know why he made this. Well, I know why he made it, obviously. It's like a companion piece for his new album, but like still terrible. I don't understand. Stars himself, Jenna Ortega, and Barry Keoghan. Jenna Ortega, she carried the movie for what she had. Script itself wasn't good, but she did the best that she probably could have with what she was given. But really, who could have predicted that this movie would have been bad? Like, ooh, it's almost like he's not good at anything except his music. But I digress. This just felt like a whole extended music video for his new album. And the craziest thing is, right when it started, they played like a scene that I thought was a scene from the movie just because of how it was like shot and things like that. But then it turns out it was just a music video for one of the songs from the album that they put at the beginning of the movie. Why would they do that when they're already making a movie about him which features his music? And then what's even worse is they had a splash screen right at the end of the music video saying new album out now. No shit, bro. No shit. That's why we're here. It's the same title of your album as the movie's title. Why else would we be here, bro? Why else would we be here? We know you have a new album. You don't need to start promoting yourself again, even though you already are doing it with this movie. Let's start with the positives of this movie. Spoiler alert, there's not many. There's not many. First off, I do want to say that Abel's acting, I thought, was better than what I've seen from The Idol. I don't know, like, it just seemed like more, like he put more effort into it, but he does kind of seem to think that like good acting is just like yelling or crying, because he does a lot of that in this movie, a lot of that.
Shut the fuck up! Shut up! What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? I have to go right now. I'm getting calls. I have to catch a flight. I'm on a tour. I'm trying to be fucking nice.
But like I said earlier, Jenna Ortega carries the acting, but her character is so bland that I didn't really care. Another positive is the music and the sound design. Obviously, of course the music is going to be good. It's The Weeknd, obviously. And I had the opportunity of seeing this in the Dolby format, so it was loud, shaking the theater. It felt like I was really at a concert of his. And the sound design was also pretty good. It all like sounded kind of nice. And then the movie itself at least looked pretty. It looked pretty. It felt like he was trying to make kind of like an art house movie, but like you can't just make it like look good and not have a plot. There was no plot here. There was no plot. no story, nothing. So you just had some nice visuals with some good music. But that was it. That was it. It's like the 2 buns for a burger, but like nothing inside. And for the negatives, got a list here. My main issue was the editing of this movie. I don't know what was going through the head of the editor, but it was nothing good, because oh my god, I was confused for half of this movie. The whole like opening of this movie kind of like it's like showing you that Abel like had just broke up with his girlfriend, and he's like grieving over it, he's heartbroken, he's in pain. But it kept cutting back to Jenna Ortega's character, so you kind of like were under the impression that she was his ex, but she wasn't. She's just this super fan of his that's like obsessed with him. So that was already confusing enough. And the editing just kind of didn't really make it flow like a really like a story, I guess. It just kind of felt like things were happening all over the place, and it just kind of like was thrown together. Not really that fun to watch. On that note too, there was too many like ideas trying to merge into one movie that I did not appreciate. The marketing of this movie and just like a few scenes want you to believe it's a horror movie. I guess more of like a psychological horror movie because of how Abel is trying to deal with the stuff going on inside his head and everything. But there was like maybe like 1 or 2 scenes that were like maybe were like spooky, but even then there was corny. Most of the scenes were corny in this movie that were trying to be serious, at least. And then of course, like I said earlier, I wanted to be like an art house, like an indie kind of flick, but not even close to anything. The only thing close to it being an art house movie is how it was shot, and even then it was all poorly executed. And this kind of whole movie just felt like Abel was ego stroking himself, calling himself a legend, a superstar, this idol, you know, the pun intended. It was weird. It was so weird. And there was also a severe lack of dialogue in this movie, especially from Abel. Hardly said anything. I mean, yeah, he had lines. Of course he had lines, but like, what? I don't know. I feel like it's hard to connect with characters that don't speak. And Jenna Ortega's character, I don't remember her name, honestly. She was just kind of like there. She didn't really have a backstory. They had one scene that they were trying to like give her some backstory, some motivation for what she's doing, but I don't think it worked. It didn't really like lead to anything at all. It was just there just to be there. Having more dialogue with your characters gives them more characterization so that you can fall in love with them more and feel for them more and connect with them. But when you don't have that dialogue, you don't have that bond with the character, and I feel like that is very poor decision making on everyone who was involved in this movie's part. And then of course there was I do not feel that there was really an ending resolution. Yes, there was an ending. Yes, something happened at the end, but it was the most unsatisfying ending to a movie I have seen in such a long time that my mouth was like dropped to the floor. I can't believe it was over. I thought there was like at least like 15 minutes left. And I would say that like if they added like maybe 15 more minutes to this movie, it would have been better. But there was also scenes in the actual movie that I felt would have been better if they were cut out. So I think it just needed to go through like a few test screenings, maybe have another look at it from fans' perspectives. I think that they could have made this movie a lot better than what it actually was, because I was severely disappointed in what I had saw. At the end of the day, this film is a massive waste of time for anyone that actually wants to see it. You should never even spend money and go see it. The only way I would recommend you watching this is if you had A-list, so that you don't have to spend money on watching this movie, because even if you're a diehard fan of The Weeknd, I can't recommend this to you. I just can't. I mean, like, maybe, yeah, you want to see him in a movie, but it is not worth your time. It's not. And the wildest things are, I've seen people on Twitter or like TikTok, like, who are big fans of The Weeknd and saying that this movie is amazing, a work of art. He was so good in it. It was gorgeous. Why are you lying to yourself? Why? Why are you lying to yourself? There's no reason, dude. How are you a fan of this movie? I'm sorry. I know that there are certain movies out there that like are garbage that people still love. I'm one of them. I really liked Morbius, honestly. I thought it was pretty fun. But like, come on. There was nothing in this movie that could make me enjoy watching it ever again. It was an atrocity of film that should not have been put out into screenings. Plus, why would you go watch this movie when Final Destination Bloodlines is out? I don't know. It's like, you'd rather see like an actual good horror movie or a shitty, self-ambitious, ego-stroking of a movie that leads to nothing and you just feel like you wasted 2 hours of your life. I don't know, man. I don't know. But I guess this wraps up my thoughts of this film. The train wreck of this film, I should say. I'd rather you guys support any other movie out in the theaters right now that isn't Hurry Up Tomorrow. I mean, there's some pretty good options this week. Like I said, you have Final Destination, Mission Impossible comes out next week, Friendship, even go watch Sinners again, bro. Like, I've seen that thing more than once and it's still my favorite movie of the year. I'll never recommend this movie to anyone in my life. But yeah, that about covers it, guys. I'll be back later this week for another movie. I'm still deciding on which one I wanted to record a full video like this for. But you shall see soon enough. Bye, guys. Go watch more movies.